In three-dimensional space, an intersection is just a mathematical coordinate, but when you map a descending commercial instrument curve directly across a twisting, low-altitude tactical path, that coordinate becomes a catastrophic vulnerability. On January 29, 2025, those two trajectories converged in the skies over Washington, D.C. The first variable entering the system was American Airlines Flight 5342. The regional jet was on its final arrival leg from Wichita into Reagan National Airport. The second variable was a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. The crew was executing a standard tactical training flight within the designated river visual corridor. The baseline conditions that night offered no immediate explanation for the collision. The winter weather was clear, and visibility across the capital was high. Both flight crews were operating exactly according to protocol. They followed their instructions, maintained their speeds, and up until the final second, both crews believed they were occupying their correctly assigned coordinates. The architecture of the DC Special Flight Rules area contained a latent structural failure that made this disaster inevitable. By overlaying high-speed commercial arrival funnels with tactical military routes, and doing so without a unified communication and data layer, the system effectively guaranteed that these two flight paths would eventually intersect. To understand why the airspace failed, investigators first had to solve a data asymmetry problem. The two aircraft recorded their positions using entirely different parameters. This is a standard flight data recorder. For the commercial jet, systems like this provided investigators with clean, high-fidelity telemetry. By extracting this data, they could map every control input the crew made and precisely synchronize it with the audio waveforms from air traffic control. But the military training helicopter operated under a different standard. Tactical helicopters running these local visual routes lack the continuous high-resolution telemetry found on commercial airliners. To rebuild the Black Hawk's flight path, investigators synthesized raw data. They cross-referenced faint radar returns with security camera footage to verify the precise three-dimensional position. This created a synchronized kinematic model, locking both aircraft into the exact same timeline. This view of the Capitol highlights the intense light pollution radiating from the monuments and city grid. Investigators used this exact distribution to run an ambient light simulation of the DC skyline. This simulation modeled exactly what was physically visible to the helicopter crew as they navigated the river corridor against the glare of the city. The final forensic model confirmed that neither aircraft had deviated from its assigned path. They crashed exactly where the system told them to be, forcing the investigation to focus on the failure of the airspace architecture itself. This is an aeronautical sectional chart for the DC Special Flight Rules area. The dense overlap of symbols and boundaries represents one of the most geographically complex airspaces in the country. The architecture integrates two conflicting models. Commercial arrivals followed descending instrument funnels from tower control. Simultaneously, military pilots navigate low-altitude tactical visual corridors using physical terrain features. The structural flaw is this visual corridor weaves directly through the base of that descending commercial funnel. To prevent a collision in this shared space, the system relies on a vertical safety cushion, a designated altitude separation meant to keep the two traffic types safely apart. But in the final minutes before the collision, routine air traffic control instructions designed to sequence Flight 5342 began compressing that cushion. Altitude separation narrowed to a critical threshold. When an airspace design relies purely on vertical separation, it eliminates horizontal safety margins. A minor fluctuation in the arrival sequence during peak traffic can instantly collapse the only barrier preventing a collision. Down in the radar rooms, controllers managing this high-density flow monitor data screens and consoles similar to these. Even though the commercial jet and the military helicopter were operating in the exact same coordinates, they were completely isolated in their communications, talking to different controllers on entirely separate radio frequencies. This division was compounded by radar filtering limitations. Regional controllers are provided with software tools to manage heavy traffic, but during peak arrival windows, these filters often obscure or completely drop low-altitude, non-transponding military targets. While the helicopter crew managed an intense visual workload navigating the river at night, the controllers on the ground lacked the technical visibility to clearly differentiate the two conflicting targets. The architecture effectively blinded both the pilots and the controllers. By isolating their communication channels and failing to integrate their radar data, the system made it impossible for either side to see the other until it was too late. Investigators discovered that the events of January 29th were preceded by a decade-long paper trail of near misses and close calls in the DC Special Flight Rules area. Internal safety reports filed by air traffic controllers pointed to a persistent threat. Controllers consistently cited the extreme structural complexity of the airspace and severe radio frequency congestion. Years prior to this incident, safety boards had explicitly warned that the visual flight corridors used by helicopters routinely overlapped with the instrument approach paths of heavy commercial traffic. Yet, bureaucratic inertia prevailed. Because civilian and military operations belonged to different departments, there was no structural mandate to unify their communication protocols or share data across the gap. The collision was the inevitable result of a system that prioritized legacy jurisdictional boundaries over integrated safety data. The NTSB's final report identified a systemic failure in airspace management as the probable cause, specifically citing the lack of unified communication within the shared corridor. The ensuing safety recommendations demanded an immediate structural overhaul, establishing dedicated horizontal barriers to separate the military river corridors from the commercial arrivals funnel. New regulations also forced mandatory transponder upgrades, requiring all military aircraft operating near commercial corridors to actively broadcast their position data. The Federal Aviation Administration accepted the findings in full, launching a complete restructuring of the capital's arrivals routes to ensure that these specific altitudes could never overlap again. Aviation safety is a rigorous systems engineering challenge. When disparate operations share physical coordinates, they must share a unified data architecture, or the laws of probability will eventually force an intersection.